Hey guys, welcome back. Today I wanted to talk about a particular product that I've really been enjoying, and I do have it in my professional makeup kit, and I also like to use it on myself when there's days maybe I don't really want to wear too much foundation, but I need a little bit of coverage, but I still want my skin to look like skin. So the product that I'm actually going to talk about today is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Concealer. This has been out for a little while. It's a self-setting concealer, so what that means is you don't necessarily need powder to set the concealer to keep it in place. And also depending on your skin type, again, I feel like your skin type comes into play when you're choosing a foundation, a concealer, any sort of complexion product. With something that is self-setting, that's really nice for people who might be a little bit drier, who don't really like to use powders. This would be a good product for them. And then it's also great for people who are oily. So there is versatility with this product, which I really like. You can adapt it depending on maybe what skincare you have underneath this as well. So if you're drier, I would just go in and really prep your skin well. So today, that's pretty much kind of what I wanted to talk about were these concealers. I think I also want to, because it's kind of starting to become spring, seasons are changing, I'm kind of dying for some color in my life. So I think what I'm going to do is feature, this is a great little palette. This is a lip palette and it has all these fun coral shades. I love that. So maybe we'll do something with that. And then maybe keep the eyes just kind of simple. Maybe just a couple washes of some simple shadows, but nothing too brown. I think I still want to do something that has a little bit of color. So we'll see where this video takes us, but I will take a little bit of my Fix Plus and just kind of give a little spritz just to rehydrate the skin. Number 32. And I'm going to use a small Real Techniques brush. And I'm really thinking about where I'm placing this. For me, a lot of my discoloration is through the center, and obviously I have a lot of hyperpigmentation. This isn't going to necessarily take that and wipe that out completely. I still want my skin to look like skin. That's the idea with doing this concealer as my foundation. I'm going to actually just take a little bit back of my hand and just roll out a little bit. And this is very pigmented, so you don't need much. I'm just going to take that and I'm just kind of inspecting my face a little bit just to kind of see where I want the coverage. So for me, it's going to be right through the center. Each person's pretty different depending on the areas that are kind of red. So I'm kind of featuring it through the center for me. And I'm just really lightly like buffing this. I'm not pulling at the skin. And I love that this is self-setting, like I said at the beginning. Because I'm somebody that doesn't really love powder. It's not something I necessarily want a whole lot on because my skin is drier. And I feel that powder really accentuates the texture of that. So I love it. If you haven't tried just a concealer for your foundation, I like a smaller brush so you can kind of target the areas. And then you can just like literally just kind of buff, you know, concentrating on those areas that you have more redness or more discoloration, and just kind of working it into the skin. That way you're letting the rest of the skin still kind of come through. I will go in and do a little bit of this underneath my eyes as well as on my eyelids. This comes in so many shades, so that's what I love about Makeup Forever is there's a shade range pretty much for everyone. That's amazing. And then really, I'm just kind of skimming those edges. I think I'm going to go in and do the number 22. Definitely lighter, you can see. But I just want to use this just to kind of brighten up underneath the eyes a little bit. And I do like to pull down a little bit through here just to add some brightness, a little on my chin as well. Okay, so there's pretty much the foundation for today. These Cover FX little custom enhancing drops. I got this little pack. They're really fun. They give a nice little glow. So I'm going to use this softer pink shade. This one's called Celestial. And I may even mix a tiny bit of Halo, which is a little bit more, it has this like kind of like blue cast. I can't tell if you can see that, but I might just go ahead and mix these just to kind of highlight the tops of my cheekbones. So I just went and mixed these together, and it gives this nice, like really intense glow. I'd like to actually use this with my finger. And I'm going to take a damp beauty blender and just really kind of work that. This does want to dry and set, so you want to make sure that you're really working those edges in. So you can see it gives this nice sheen. You can use them on eyes. You can even mix them in a foundation if you want. I'm going to go in with this guy. This is just kind of the bronzer. And then I may just go in and top my cheeks with that because, again, I just really want everything really glowy. So I'm just going to take that bronzy shade. And I'm just taking, I love this brush. What was this? The 133, I think? I don't know. It's from MAC. It's got a nice little pointed tip. It's like a gigantic dome eyeshadow brush, but for your face. So I'm just working that into this brush. And then I'm going to just work that into my cheekbones a little bit. And kind of the halo of the face. I'm not covering it, I'm just kind of almost going right in between because I do like this section, kind of like a topper for the cheek, just to have it be nice and glowy. I'm going to actually use this as my eyeshadow really quick too. Same brush. Just kind of sweeping that. Again, I just want to keep this look pretty simple. I'm using the Self-Made palette from Anastasia. It's got some fun colors. I'll show you some neutrals, quite a bit of shimmers. So this is kind of a fun palette. You've got that little minty green, the purple on the end. There are some pinks in here. They just kind of read not as bright. They're softer pinks. So I think what I want to do today is I want to do that mint color. I'm going to take this color called Treasure here, and then I think I'll go in with a little bit of the Isla. So first I'm just using the little brush that it comes with. It's got a little dome and then a synthetic on the other side. So I'm going to actually just take this, run this under the brow. And that just gives a nice kind of bright highlighted effect. Then I'm going to take that green color, that minty green color. And this is just because I want something just kind of playful and fun. And I'm kind of hitting that right on the inside of this corner here and pulling up a bit. So I'm kind of keeping that color on the inside just for a little playful element. If you're unsure how to use a color like this, you can definitely do like a soft wash everywhere, really blend it out, and then just make sure you have some definition against the lash line. So either lots of black mascara Maybe even do a tiny bit of a tight line up underneath with a pencil just to kind of anchor it. And then I'm going to actually just take the other side and just soften that out even more. Just kind of the edges. I think I might do witchy. It kind of has a slight, almost green fleck in it, even though it's kind of like a mushroom color. And I'm just going to kind of work that into the lower lash line. I don't want this look to get too dark, just to give a little bit of depth and dimension and shape to the eye, because I'm not doing any eyeliner. I'm going to call that good. We're going to do a little bit of mascara. And this is a really simple look. Like I said, I was kind of feeling inspired by just the change of the seasons. You can feel spring is starting to arrive. You guys heard that little groundhog didn't see a shadow, so we definitely are experiencing things blooming. So I'm really feeling like kind of ready to lighten up colors for makeup and kind of just simple fresh skin. And I'm going to just spray down the Beauty Blender, and then I'm just going to kind of go over the edges of the bronzer just to really push that into the skin. Again, adding a little bit more hydration and making sure my blush is there. Blush tends to kind of disappear. Okay, so now I'm going to just go in and do a fun little lip. Ooh, what do I choose? So here are our shades. I think I'm going to go for the one in the middle. And I do like the lip and cheek to be harmonious. So you can even use this lipstick as a blush, which I might do, we'll see. I think that's really pretty, but I'm going to go in with the last one, this one. I'm going to actually do a little bit of that on my cheeks. So here's the look today. I featured this as my foundation, which if you haven't tried, this is awesome. I think it's just versatile. I think it's pretty easy to use. You can buy a couple different shades and use it as concealer, foundation, under eye corrector. I like that you don't have to set it, it's self-setting. And then I just did a fun little lip palette, which I thought was fun, and that's Makeup Forever as well. So just kind of showing some of their products. I'll link all the products down below, but it's kind of a fun look. Let me know your thoughts. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and let me know if there's anything particular you want to see or anything that might inspire you. Okay, thanks for joining.